Hi, it's Denise Deelwaard here, and welcome to Becoming Whole with Denise. Today I want to talk to you about why you keep doubting yourself after a major life change. Because so many women think that doubt means that they're weak or they're getting it wrong. But that is not what's happening. You see, after a major life change, you don't just lose certainty. You often lose the version of you who used to feel solid. Does that make sense? You lose who you were, the certain you. So now, even tiny small decisions feel confusing, they feel heavy, they feel overwhelming. And you question yourself. You overthink everything. And the most important thing is you stop trusting your own voice. Why? Because major life changes shakes you at your core. And it not only shakes you at your core, it shakes your identity. Because what used to feel so obvious and so like normal and so like life just no longer feels like that. The old rules that you had simply don't work anymore. The old version of you is no longer. So here's what happens to your brain. It starts to look for safety. It starts to look for certainty. But it doesn't look for the truth. It wants to keep you safe. That's the role of your brain, is to keep you safe. And here's the thing. Self-doubt is protection. It looks like confusion. It looks like hesitation. It looks like second guessing. But underneath all of that is protection. You want to protect yourself. And you say things like, if I don't move and I don't make a decision, I can't get it wrong. Yeah? Have you ever said that to yourself? I know I have. Hey, if I don't make a decision, if I don't actually decide now, I can't get it wrong. You keep thinking, well, if I keep questioning myself, I don't fully have to choose. I can delay it. I don't have to choose now. I can choose later. Doubt becomes a way of you keeping yourself safe and staying safe in your comfort zone. So what do women do? What do we do as women that keeps us stuck, that keeps you stuck? You wait to feel confident. Oh, I'll do it when I feel more confident and I have more information. Then I'll move. Yeah? Have you ever said that to yourself? I know I have. My clients have. You keep looking outside yourself for certainty. So you ask everybody, you read books, you research, you do everything to give yourself certainty. Everybody else seems to know what to do better than you do, so you ask everybody. And you keep circling and circling and circling instead of making that decision. And what that does is it erodes your self-trust even more. You feel, I can't make a decision because what if I make a fool of myself? Here's the thing, and the hard truth about self-trust. Self-trust doesn't come before action. We can't trust ourselves and then go, okay, I trust myself now. Now I'm going to take action. We have to take action first, because self-trust is rebuilt through that action, through small, honest decisions, through keeping promises to yourself. How many times have you said, this is what I promise, and then you break it? You go, well, it's just me. It doesn't matter, I'll go again. Self-trust is through listening to what you know deep down instead of overriding it. So what does rebuilding and self-trust really look like? You need to start noticing where you are abandoning yourself, where you are letting yourself down. Start noticing where you already know the answer. You know it. This is what I'm going to do, but you keep avoiding it. How many times have you done that? Stop asking fear. I'm scared. What do I do to make clear decisions? Oh, I'm really afraid of doing this. And if I don't do this, this is what's going to happen. I need to decide. Stop asking fear. Start making one small choice that feels so right and so true to you. It doesn't have to be major earth-shattering. It's not going to be a decision that's going to change the rest of your life. But here's the thing, you need to really back yourself in that choice. You need to be sure this is what I'm going to do. And without overthinking it. I mean, we do that all the time, don't we? This is where you need to connect to self. You really need to connect to yourself. You need to speak to you, the woman who feels like she used to know who she was. Because you do know who you were. But now you feel wobbly and unsure. Your boat has been rocked. Your whole world has changed. Remind her this doesn't mean that she's failing. You're not failing. You're just unsure. It means that you're in a season where self-trust has to be rebuilt differently. Yeah? Self-trust before came easy because you had support. You had everything was aligned. Your boat wasn't rocked the way it is now. With all the changes you've had to endure, whatever those changes are. I had it when my husband passed away suddenly. I had to rebuild myself brick by brick by brick, brick by brick. And that's how I help my clients now. Because when we lose something in our life, it is grief that we sometimes don't recognize. You might have lost a business, you might have lost income, you might have gone through a divorce. Your children might stop talking to you. That's all grief of the previous life you had. And here's the thing, self-doubt gets so loud when self-trust has been broken too many times. When you've been making all those promises to yourself and you break them to yourself. That's when you go, you know what, I don't even carry through, so why bother? And here's the thing, the problem isn't that you don't know who you are. The problem is that you've stopped listening to yourself. You've stopped listening to you because it's a wheel. You stopped listening to you because you don't trust yourself anymore. Because you don't trust yourself anymore, you stopped listening to you because how can that ever happen to me? And how can I do that because I'm going to mess up? Self-trust isn't built in the doing. And I can't say this enough. You cannot rebuild your life waiting to feel certain. You have to take action. You have to take more than action to feel certain. That first step. How do you feel confident in doing something? You do it first. You can't wait for confidence and self-trust to come in and go, well, I'll just sit here and wait. I'll read another book. How many times have you done that? How many times have you gone, well, I'll just read another self-help book. Or I'll just talk this out with somebody. They'll tell me what to do. You have to take the action first. I had to take the action after my husband passed away. After Martin passed away and I gathered my thoughts, I had to take the action to start rebuilding myself. I remember that night so well when I went, who am I? Who are you now, Denise? Because you're no longer the person you were in that previous life, regardless of what's changed for you. You're at a crossroads now. You're at an absolute crossroads in your life. And you can take either path. You can either choose to do nothing and hope and pray that everything's going to get better, or you can take action. And I really want to say that because you've been doubting yourself, it doesn't mean that you're broken. It really doesn't. You're just asking, I want to come back to me. I want to feel me again. And you do that slowly, honestly, and one decision at a time. One decision at a time. And it only takes one decision to change your whole life. So tell me in the comments below, where in your life did you need to trust yourself again? Where? Where in your life do you need to trust yourself again? Where do you not trust yourself? So I really want to say thanks so much for being here. And if this spoke to you, please subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you in the next video.